Hi there, thank you so very much for visiting my YouTube channel and thank you for watching the videos. Make sure you subscribe if you're not a subscriber, if you're watching this for the first time, and obviously leave a comment because we need to have the conversation going. All right, we are reconstructing faith and politics on this channel. So, yesterday, the President of the United States came into reality and realizes that he's not gonna be the president. He has fought the good fight. His supporters will say, but there is just no path forward at all to remain president. He knows that. He acknowledges that in the video and thanks his supporters. So now, the leaders, the prophets, are trying to make sense of it, to find out what's going on. And Kerr comes in today and says this.
Do you still believe that God?
Kerr, so glad, Kat, that you're here. And I want to introduce you to our audience. And Kat, one of the things I must say after talking with you I guess it's been a month or so ago now, is that Kat is totally convinced of what God is going to do. Do you still believe that, Kerr?
Do you still believe that God is alive and on
do.
the throne? That is my answer to that question. As a matter of fact, I'd like to know how many out there actually think he does exist.
Yeah,
having known him for almost 70 years,
So she's asked, do you still believe, what God told you that Trump will be president? And she says, if you believe God exists, if you believe God is there, that's how much faith I have. So she's known God for 70 years, she says.
Received Christ at age 4. I'm a seer, so I saw him step inside of me, and my relationship only grew with him over all these years. And he's shown me many times things that would happen, and they came to pass. Now, I can tell you, some people can't be chosen by God because they can't believe for anything past a week or 2 weeks, which makes me laugh in a way, because there's some things I waited 40 years for him to do, but guess what? He did them. And he assured me back in 2015 that Trump would sit in the White House for 8 years.
So long before. So God showed Kat that Trump will be sitting in the White House for 8 years.
And I actually got to pray for them during the inaugural prayer breakfast back in 2016, and he made me prophesy that. And God has assured me today when he walked into my room and woke me up at noon, almost noon, 11:50.
So today, God came into her room. God woke Kat up. It's like, wake up. And then he said today, all right? He assured her what God said was true, and she's still standing by that.
5 a.m. I'm up for like 20 hours a day, and sometimes I go to sleep, sometimes I don't. But I always have my alarm set for noon, and it didn't go off. God did. And he came in and he yelled as loud as he possibly could, justice will prevail. I will not listen to the stuff, the acts, because they don't know how to put a show on. Hell never has put on a good show. This is still God speaking. Hell has never put on a good show. They've always lost the seats they went after. They lost whatever they were planning to do. He said, I kicked them out of heaven. That was the first show. Lightning was striking. They were kicked out, unseated, and stripped away from power. The second show was in hell on the third day, mentioned in Colossians, when my son stood up and released the fire of God from himself and melted the faces of the hierarchy of hell and made a show of it openly. And he said, the third show is still in rehearsal right now. He said, the enemy is fighting so hard, he still has not won.
So the enemy is fighting still hard, but he hasn't won. But Kat is confident that President Trump will sit in the Oval Office for 8 years. He will be reelected.
Count it as a win. He said, I will win, and Trump will still sit in the White House for 4 more years. If people cannot see beyond their own nose and understand that if they believe I'm doing something, they should keep on trusting. He said, but I'm about to put a show on nobody expected.
So God is about to put a show on nobody expected, and this is just a dress rehearsal what you're seeing, and it's gonna happen just like God showed her what's gonna happen, and that's what she's saying. And 4 more years of Trump.
He said, when the ground begins to shake and the landslide begins to start, no one or nothing can stop the fraud, the contracts being shown, the videos that are being made between the parties that made contracts with evil to do evil in this land. This is my country. I will not allow it to be taken from me. This is only the beginning of the great days, the great divine decade, and the second one behind it. I'm setting up and setting in place during this very time when you should remember, I will always set a table in the presence of your enemies. Have you asked for that table?
I think she's giving a false prophecy. Trump has lost. He has acknowledged defeat yesterday. And Kat, I don't know what God you're listening to or who is telling you that it's not gonna happen, and something is not right here. All right, total denial. The false prophet she has given, it's not gonna come to pass. So, tell me what you guys think about this. That's my thoughts. Kat Kerr is giving a false prophecy and standing by her false prophecy, and God did not come into the room today at 12 and wake her up and say Trump will have 4 more years. This is totally a false prophecy. That's my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think about it. Leave the comments, like the video. Let's talk about it. Let's reconstruct faith and politics. Thank you again for stopping by my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. See you later.